Yo boys, so in this video I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I manifested my dream life and made multiple six figures per year online at 22 years old without starting my own business, without having rich parents, and without going to college, okay? I'm gonna break this down for you. I'm right now out here in Spain, in Mallorca, at this beautiful crib right here. And I want to break this down because I see a lot of people that just talk about, yeah, manifestation is BS, it doesn't work. And I used to believe that for such a long time, you know? And if you're watching this video, I don't blame you, because a lot of people, they just talk about like manifestation doesn't work, you just need to work hard, stop sitting there and like it's looking into the mirror and like thinking yourself to success, you know? But what I realized more and more, that if you're someone right now who wants to do more in your life, just like myself, a couple of years ago, I couldn't see myself at 9 to 5. I couldn't see, like, my biggest nightmare was literally getting into a 9 to 5 job, having to commute back and forth, having to be stuck in a dead-end job with colleagues that hate their life, making like 5K a month, having no freedom, some vacations every single year. Like, that was my nightmare, you know? But then when it came to making that change, I struggled so much, you know? I tried all kinds of different business models, was stuck over and over again, trying different things. But what I didn't realize, if I would just understood what I explained in this video sooner, I would have gotten the success I've gotten to now, where I'm traveling the world, making multiple six figures per year. I would have gotten here so much faster. So I want to break this down so you can like just skip over all these mistakes, get to where we go faster. Because the truth is that if you're watching the video right now and you have goals of like making it big in life, you don't want to live like the average lifestyle, and you want to do more for yourself, achieve a lot of freedom, achieve a lot of success at a young age, etc. Like, you are extremely close to making it when you've learned how to think about and how to act in a very specific way, okay? Because here's what I mean. Most people out there are just so tied to their comfort zone. You know, most people, they go around in their life and they constantly seek comfort. You know, I used to do that myself as well. It's like every single decision that you make, everything that you do, whether it's, okay, what job are you gonna pick? You know, are you gonna go work out today or not? Are you gonna ask someone for feedback to make yourself better and grow, etc.? Or are you just gonna keep doing things the same way? Like, all of these small micro decisions, most people, like the 99% of people out there, they constantly seek comfort, okay? This is important to understand, because when you realize this, it's very simple to just separate yourself from every other person out there, because most people seek comfort. They do literally everything they can to always make comfortable decisions, to never step out of their comfort zone, etc. So if you're someone who can start training yourself and start training your own being to not do that, to be able to feel scared, be able to have an uncomfortable decision in front of you and still do it regardless, you will win, okay? This is by far the biggest sign that I've seen, because I've helped a bunch of guys through my own coaching program, and also myself. I've gone from 0 to 10K to 20K, 30K, etc. per month. And what I notice every single time that I grow, every single time that I make more money, every single time I see one of my students crushing it. I had one guy recently who's 19 years old in my coaching program who hit his first 10K a month. The pattern that I see for these guys who make it big at a young age is they just reframe their brain. Like, they change their mindset. Instead of moving away from fear, instead of moving away when they feel uncomfortable, they move towards uncertainty. They move towards fear, okay? And if you can train your brain to, it's just train yourself to act that way, you're so close to making it. Like, you're so freaking close. And you might not see it right now. You might watch in this video, it's like, yeah, Alex, is easy to say. But I promise you, if you can train yourself to start acting like that version of yourself that's already making 10K a month, whatever your goal, if it's 20K, 30K, 50K, 5K a month, like, I don't care what your goal is. But whatever your goal is, if you can start acting like that version of yourself right now, making decisions like that version of yourself, that is what manifestation is. That's what changed my life completely. And that's what most of these people don't really talk about. You know, manifestation can seem like this woo-woo thing, and you're like, oh yeah, you just sit there and like shout in the mirror and like tell yourself that you're gonna like achieve greatness and blah, blah, blah. That's not what this is. Manifestation is acting exactly like the version of yourself that you're trying to become before there's proof in your reality that it's gonna happen, okay? This is why having this delusional confidence, because I know a lot of you guys that watch this video, like, you have this voice inside of your head. At least I have that, a very strong voice from a young age, from the time I was like 15, 16. I had this voice inside of my head telling me like, I'm going to do more in my life. I didn't know like how it was going to happen. I didn't know if it was even going to happen for real. But it's like I had something deep down inside of me telling me like, I'm going to do more in my life. I couldn't explain it. I didn't know where it was coming from, to be honest, at all. But I just had that voice deep down telling me I was gonna do more. And that's the thing that got me the success that I have today. Like, got me to the point where now I have complete freedom. I make more than like a neurosurgeon, like a very high level doctor makes every single month at 22 years old without education, without even starting a business. You know, it's crazy. But I got here because I just had that belief in myself. I just had that voice deep down inside of me that I can take my own path, I can do my own shit. And I believed in that, so I acted on that. Because here's the biggest thing. There's a quote that I love. I don't know who says this, but there's someone that's very successful that says, if you guys know who this is, put it down in the comments. The quote is basically, the level of achievement is determined by your level of confidence, or your level of confidence determines your level of achievement, okay? This is so important, because if you're trying to achieve more in your life, you need to have that belief in yourself. You need to have that confidence that you can make it, because guess what? Like, if you don't truly believe that you can make it further in life, if you don't truly believe that you can make more money than your parents have made, more than anyone in your bloodline has ever made before, you're not going to take the actions for long enough to actually get the result, okay? It all starts with your belief. That is why manifestation works, because when you truly step into that new version of yourself that you're trying to become, that you're building right now, and you start acting like the version of yourself that you're building, you are automatically going to step into that belief. Like, you're stepping into that new version of yourself, you're making decisions like that person, and then the results come after, okay? You are that person. Like, you step into them, you think like them, you make decisions like them, you wake up at the same time that they would. You make decisions, like when you have two different paths to take. Are you gonna go to the gym, or are you gonna skip the workout today? Are you gonna invest into this new thing to learn more about the skills that you're trying to learn? Are you gonna take action on your goals today, or are you gonna do it tomorrow? When all of these decisions are made from the perspective of the person that you're trying to become instead of your current self, then the reality that you're trying to build is going to start manifesting, okay? So, guys, let me know if this starts to make sense with you. But like, this exactly, what changed my life right here is because I started acting like the version of myself that I was building before it was even true, you know? I talked from that person's perspective, you know, like to myself. I set out goals. I thought about myself, you know, from the perspective of someone who was already making 10K a month, someone who was already traveling the world, you know, and that's when my reality changed. But, as a big but to this, you need to be able to do this without seeing your reality change, okay? Because if you're in this perspective, and I used to do this myself, where it's like, okay, I want to make 10K a month. I'm going to act like the 10K a month version of Alex right now and make decisions like him, act exactly like him, think like him. But I was still attached to my reality, you know, my current reality. And I was expecting to see changes like every single day. And when you do this, it becomes very, very hard to manifest. Almost impossible, because when you focus on like your current reality and like you're just always attached to the result you're seeing in the daily basis, you kind of just rush through it, and it becomes very easy to get into the pattern of, okay, I'm going to change the business models. I'm just trying to like rush through the entire process. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do an agency. I'm going to do drop shipping. I'm going to do trading, you know, because you're so rushed. So a key thing here for this actually to work, for you to be able to take this away from this video and actually implement and get results with this, is you need to be able to step into that new identity of yourself, get clear on like where you're going, what are we building here, you want to provide for your kids, you want to be able to, or for your future family, for your future wife, you want to retire your future wife, like what do you actually want to build for yourself? Step into that new version of yourself, act exactly like they would act in this moment. But then remove all need, remove all attachment to needing to see those results in your reality. If you can do this, I promise you, you're so close to making it. Like, it's absolutely insane because it's so simple. But this is also the hard thing. It's hard in the beginning to do this because you're going to have your old identity constantly dragging you back. This is one of the hardest things to do because your way of making decisions is what's keeping you stuck right now. If you're in a normal 9 to 5, or if you're in school right now, you're not making 10K a month, traveling the world, etc. Like, in that case, it's your way of making decisions that's keeping you stuck right now. So in order for you to change, you're going to have to make a big transition. It's going to require you to basically just go against every single bone in your body, like how you're used to making decisions, breaking through that pattern and doing things in a completely different way, which is extremely hard to do. Like, when I left my hometown in Sweden and I started in remote sales, landed my first high-ticket sales role and started making my first 5, eventually 10K a month. Like, that was extremely hard to do because I went through, like, I had to break all the patterns that I was used to. I had to break out of my comfort zone. I had to stop following my parents' advice and what they wanted me to do. I had to completely leave my hometown, all my old friends, and just like surround myself with new people. Like, there's a lot of discomfort I had to step into in order to make that happen. I had to break out of that old identity and basically just kill that old version of myself. And that's the hard truth of this. Like, if you want to make change, it's going to require you to completely break out of that old identity. And there's going to be a lot of times where that almost like you have this voice coming up in your head, like your old self, like whatever your name is watching this right now, like your old version of yourself is going to come up a lot of times and try to bring you back. So your job, the most important thing for the manifestation to actually work, is to be able to identify that. Meditation helps with this massively, where you can just identify your thoughts, see what's coming up for you. Okay, so I have these goals. Okay, this is what I need to act like. I need to act like the 10K month version of myself. But then you have a hard decision to make. For example, let's say you have to take action on starting your business, or you have to stay disciplined, you know? And then you have your old version of yourself coming up and it's like, yeah, it's fine if I take a day off. Or this is uncomfortable, let's push off making this decision until tomorrow. Let's not make a quick decision, let's wait and let's analyze a bit more. You're gonna have these thoughts from your old version of yourself coming back up, and then your job, your success depends on your ability to remove that, to kill that old identity and step in fully to the new one. If you do this, you will win. If you don't do this, if you go back to the old identity, you will stay stuck and you will keep going in loops and circles. I'm telling you this because I've been there. I've gone back into old patterns and it's so easy to happen. Like, it's so easy. But if you can completely just kill that old identity, step in full to the new one, you will win. You will make a lot of progress in a very short amount of time. And then all of a sudden, people will be asking you, your friends, your family will be asking you, like, what did you do? How did you see success so quickly? And you will know because you killed that old identity and you fully stepped into the new one. And you did it before there was proof in reality and you stuck to it. And that's why you're winning right now. So I hope this is valuable for you guys. If you have any questions or if you want to learn from me directly how to get into high ticket sales, in my opinion, like overall, like if you're a young guy right now, you want to learn most important high income skills, set yourself up for freedom and be able to start traveling, leave your hometown, you should learn sales. You should land a remote sales job. I helped over 100 guys to do that in my own community. So you can apply to join my inner circle by booking a call down below this video or DM me on Instagram. And yeah, so for today guys, I'm gonna enjoy the sun out here and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.